Today I'll be reviewing Leisure Suit Larry Box Office Bust, what many people call to be the worst game on the 360 and PS3. Sometimes people even call it the worst game of this generation. This fucking generation! So let's get this going, shall we? You play as a loser named Larry Lovitch, who you do not play as in the previous games. In those, you play as Larry Laffer. And he's in this game, but instead he's your uncle. So he calls you over to stop a guy from sabotaging Laffer Studios. While not only is the story boring, it's stupid, none of the jokes are funny. It sounds all like something a 10-year-old kid came up with. It's not funny at all. It's boring. The game is really boring, really frustrating, and the jokes are awful. I mean, they got some likable characters, but most of the jokes are really horrible. Like, they're just... It's like... I'm trying to think of an example. It's like Larry knows he's in the game kind of thing, you know, like sometimes in comedy movies they do that. They know they're in the movie. Yeah, they try to do this, and I don't know, if the graphics were better, I don't know. It sucks though. The game sucks. That's one thing. It's terrible, fucking horrible game. I purposely bought it just to see how bad it is, and it's bearable at first. It's alright at first. Well, so then Larry introduces you to his friend who works at Laffer Studio, and after the first mission, it starts to suck really badly. I mean, the graphics are fucking horrible. They have little inspiration into them. Maybe they look alright on PC. They look terrible on 360 though. They're like... They look horrible. I don't even know what to say. The graphics, sure they try to make it all cartoony, but they are fucking horrible. Alright? The screen tearing, frame rate dropping, character models and character models are... Yeah, they're horrible. Character animations are horrible. The characters are horrible, alright? The graphics look like PS2, early PS2 graphics. Maybe some of the environments look okay. Most of it looks horrible though. The game is so slow paced. The controls are horrible. Mixed with a shitty camera angle, the shitty camera angles that you can't control at some points, and sometimes they control themselves. They're in control. Camera angles do it themselves. Like you can't control where the camera goes. You have to let it control with yourself. It's so fucking boring. The controls are just atrocious. Gameplay is horrible, graphics suck, story is boring, controls suck. Do I really need to go on with this review? So then, when you get to the dream sequences, it starts to really get frustrating and boring to the point where you just want to throw your controller outside the fucking window, and the controls to control your horse are horrendous. This is one of the dream sequences. Same with the mini cart. The cart in this game that you can drive around is horrible. The fucking game sucks so much that it's like... It's not just that it's outdated with shitty controls, no funny jokes. It mixes with extremely dog shit, atrocious, fucking boredom with frustration. And it's not just that, it's mixed with all those. So, yeah, this is your little minivan. Really, you don't get to drive around it. You don't get to drive a car or anything. He says he doesn't have a car or a license. I don't think he has a license, but His sister doesn't have a car, and he owns a fucking minivan, so... Well, it's a trailer. I don't know what the fuck it is. I mean, it looks like a minivan. I'm not saying a mini... I don't mean minivan. It looks like a van. It looks like a big fucking van. Not a minivan. But, yeah, it's really boring, horrible, and repetitive. It just sucks so much. I know. It just... It sounds... It feels like you're playing a game that was made 6 years ago, and it's boring as fuck. So, then... I know I'm swearing a lot, but I don't care. So, after I went through 10 hours of this piece of shit, I finally beat it. It's just to get the stupid generic ending. It's not funny. It has the most pitiful humor I've ever played. Pitiful humor I've ever sound. This is just not funny at all. Game must have been written by a 12-year-old. It's no fun. With some likable characters. Just a few likable characters. Alright? Somewhat. A little tiny bit likable characters. A few good jokes every now and then, but most of the game's jokes are stupid. I only laughed about 5 or 6 times in this horrible game. I mean, just look at this gameplay. You can't tell me this doesn't look horrible. But most of the jokes were just fucking horrible. So yeah, this game sucks. Fucking ballsack shoved down someone's dick. Don't buy it. Well, that's not really the point of my reviews, but don't buy this game. I really had I had no good time playing this. It was just such a terrible game. I'm going back to playing Magna Cum Laude. That was a lot better than this game. Anyway, here's the rating.